Hello and welcome to Headset Abuse. My name is Ali Hay, your host for today. Today is the 7th of October 2017. It is a miserable Saturday as always, and I am joined today by Mark Gibson.
It's like you're
Hi,
speaking
Mark.
right into my ears,
Is it
as opposed
sound
to
good? That
as
sound
opposed to across the room.
across the room in another room in a box?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's magically hidden on the camera, but oh. Yeah, I've got this snazzy new mic, basically because I'm just tired of sounding like shit.
Yeah, I probably need to make a
So,
point of that as well. This headset's okay, but probably need to make a bit of improvements.
yeah, but at least your arm isn't going to be sore in the next hour and a
This is
half.
true. Yeah, this is true.
I'm going to have to Paul Bearer it, switch it from hand to hand and
Take up a few octaves.
Undertaker. So yeah, Harry, it's been a wee while, Mark.
Yeah, it has.
It's
It's
been a
been
wee
like
while.
2 months since we did one of these, roughly. In fact, no. I think the last time I did this was around the time Rabbids came out.
Yeah, maybe about a month ago.
That'd be like late August, like very late August, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe starts to
No, I'm good.
be good.
Yeah, yeah. I can't say much has been going on. Saw a couple of movies. Saw it.
How is it? I've heard
It
good
it's
good things.
it's good. It's
I've heard
good.
it's not scary.
No. Well, it relies on jump scares and like by the end of it, like the
They
Pennywise
wait
thing
a
is
bit.
pretty much all lost. All of its yeah. It's like overexposure sort of thing. What was the other movie? Oh, I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 as well.
How is that?
It's actually really good. Like yeah,
Yeah, I've heard that it didn't play as well the second time, like the kind of buddy comedy kind of
yeah.
thing. But that it was still a really good movie because I still need to watch that and Spider Man.
Spider-Man's good as well. Spider-Man's good as well. So
Yeah, but Spider Man's pretty good.
Thor's out in like a month, I think. So I
Yep,
am fully caught
November.
up on my Marvel movies just now.
Yeah,
Um,
you're finally getting the movie you want.
yeah. Well, no, I'm not
It's
because it's not World War Hulk, but
it's Space Hulk,
yeah. But
not Space Hulk TM, just Space Hulk.
he's in the giant mech suit. Um, yeah, no, like Guardians is it's a pretty fun thing. Nothing of major consequence happens in it. But it's a fun ride. It's people are funny. They introduce new characters. Dispose of other one. Fucking Sylvester Stallone's in that movie.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
I
Who's
didn't.
he
I
for?
was
Is it
just like,
like a surprise part, or is it just
yeah,
like
no, no. It's just like a random, like
is it like Glenn Close in the last one?
less screen time. It's just one of those things. That's
Wow.
just like, huh, right, okay.
Have you ever watched Ultimate Beastmaster?
No,
Do you know what Ultimate Beastmaster is?
is that a Monster Hunter show?
It's the next. No, although I want to talk about that. No, it's like American Ninja, but it's Netflix own,
Okay,
and it's hosted. But well, it's actually hosted. But like, there's like six different language hosts, because it's like an international thing. But it's
okay.
executive produced by Sylvester Stallone, and he only appears first episode for like 30 seconds, being like, "Monster that you have to run through."
Wait, is this like this Stone Cold Steve Austin thing?
Yeah, yes, but instead of a desert ranch, it's giant monsters made of metal. Yeah, it's
Okay,
pretty good. It's actually
okay,
pretty good. It's on Netflix.
right,
First
okay.
episode.
Is this like what was the other show that Sylvester Stallone did? What was it called? Was it The Fighter or something like that? Where like he tried to take people through like to be boxers. I can't remember.
God.
That was a while ago. Yeah, I don't know. Like
So
not
yeah,
much is happening here. Like usual stuff. Working. That's
working away.
Yep. Working, commuting, all good. I watched the new episode of Curb. If you've not watched Curb yet,
I have not watched the old episodes of
oh
Curb.
man, it's so good. It's really good. You should watch Curb.
So heard.
It's really good. Yeah, I know. I'm still waiting on the Punisher. Watched. I think we talked about Defenders last time.
Yeah. Did we? I don't know if we did.
I think we did.
I really like. I enjoyed the Defenders. It's probably the second worst of the 5.
Danny Rand's useless.
But I also enjoyed it that it might as well have been called Danny Rand gets the shit kicked out of him over and over and over and over and over again. And it's great.
Doesn't somebody just straight up just say in it like you are the worst Iron Fist?
Yeah. I also like everyone's reactions to him saying Iron Fist. I'm the immortal Iron Fist. What? No, I really enjoyed it. I like the kind of banter between Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I thought that those two were really good together.
Still think Luke Cage is the best character in it, to be honest.
I think he's probably the best character. But I do enjoy.
That show went downhill as soon as they started introducing Robo Diamondback. But yeah,
and it's like I think he's got the most 4 of them. But the way Jessica Jones and Matt Murdock are, that I feel that it makes more sense that they're not less characterized, but like a wee bit more reserved, a wee bit more. But no, that series was pretty good. I'm looking forward to Punisher. That trailer was amazing.
Yeah,
that trailer's really good.
So, Marvel canceled the Comic-Con event and panel for it, obviously in the wake of like the Vegas stuff. But then Marvel went ahead and announced that they've done a deal with like some arms manufacturer. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, they're doing like a comic book series like in association with some weapons dealer in the US.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
And they're like, yeah, come to like this room at like 3:00 and you see what all the fuss is about. And then like an hour later, there was a tweet saying the event is cancelled. So I'm assuming it didn't go down very well.
Man. Jesus.
Yeah, that was some random bullshit from yesterday. So I don't know.
Drop that bomb in the middle of it.
Yep. No pun intended there, I hope.
Nope.
Okay. So how's you? How's you? I haven't seen you in a while either.
Yeah, no. I've been all right. I've just been getting on with stuff. It's been busy here. Work stuff, family stuff like that. But in the meantime, what have I been doing? I went to see 2 gigs within a week, which is very rare for me. I'm lucky if I see 2 gigs in a year. I went to see LCD Sound System.
Okay.
That was like.
Was that the one
that was bucket list stuff for me?
Like for like Kelvin Grove Art Gallery or something?
No, that was a different one. Okay. So LCD Sound. Do you know LCD Sound System? Yeah. So that one is. I got into that band just after they released their last album, so they broke up, and I was like, oh. So when they came back, I was like, I need to get tickets, regardless of like, it's for me, it's one of those bands that's like, it doesn't really matter how much. I just want to see them once, and it was a great gig. Like, we didn't really like get into the crowd or anything, but we found a really good spot. It was Barrowlands.
Okay.
Where we got a great view, and it was just a hell of a gig. Closed it out with my 2 favorite songs, so I was like, amazing.
And then they announced they're breaking up again because you bought a ticket.
Yeah, of course. But I've seen them, so I don't care. And then on a couple of days later, I went to see Vitalik, who's a French DJ. Really like him. Really like he's got really good music. In the Kelvin Grove Art Museum.
Yeah, I saw that picture and I was like, wait, that's weird.
So weird. I really like at the start, I really felt like I was in a scene from John Wick. Um, like that's, but it was super cool. It's weird because like it's just such a bizarre venue for a bunch of dance music. But it is actually a hell of a acoustics worked really well. So do you know the organ room?
Yeah.
When it's on the balcony.
Yep.
So he was basically just below that,
Okay.
in that big room, and it was incredible. Like,
I didn't even know they
just
did gigs in there. Like.
so that it's relatively new. I think that was one of the first ones, if not the first one. They plan to do more. They're doing a Halloween one. They've got I think a couple different lined up, but it was really cool. Just to I wouldn't love to go there every time I wanted to go to see a gig, but see for like a once in a while thing. It was really really fun. Um, but yeah, it's apart from that, not much.
You've been playing any
Um,
games?
well, I say not much. I've been doing a lot, Mark.
Okay.
I've been playing a lot of games.
Okay.
So I picked up Windjammers.
Oh yeah, that came out, didn't it?
Yeah. So I'd never had like proper time with that game. I played it like a couple of times in an arcade. Um, but man, that game holds up so well. So I picked it up, and it was weird because it was like about £11 or something. I was like, that's a totally fair price. I'm happy to pay that. And then the download was like 40 meg. There was just some disconnect there, and I was like, no, no, it's fine.
That's more than what I thought it would be. I thought it would be in the kilobytes for some reason.
Well, they've HDified
Oh yeah, I suppose.
all the yeah. So a couple of big JPEGs in there, and that's you. But no, it was that game. That game holds up really well. Don't know what's happening over here.
Yeah, it seems to have gotten really dark.
Really dark. Um, but yeah, that game's great. Obviously, it's mainly like a multiplayer game.
Yep.
For me. But no, it holds up so well. Especially since I played Disc Jam for like quite a bit and became the absolute monster at that. It's a big change because there's like no room to maneuver in Windjammers. Like there's no space around the court for how fast the disc moves. It's crazy, but it's so well. Me and were playing it, and after a couple of matches, like the rallies we were getting in and stuff were just bonkers. No, that game's fun. Yeah. But yeah, I also picked up Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay, right.
So yeah, there's going to be a lot of I picked up here, so just bear with me. Rainbow Six Siege is a very very fun game. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. So yeah, it's kind of like a lot of multiplayer games. But yeah, it's when I first saw that game, I thought it was either going to be like Counter Strike with like attack defend in a house or garbage.
Yeah, those two
And
choices.
it's
Those are the only
neither.
two choices.
I mean, it kind of was, but yeah, it's a really really fun game. They've got like a good variety in all the different weapons and abilities and styles and um yeah, it's actually just really good game. The amount that they're supporting that game is surprising.
Yeah, because when did that game come out?
A year and a half
Was that a year ago? I
ago,
think. Yeah.
maybe a wee bit less than that, because they're starting their year two stuff.
Right.
So yeah, really supporting the hell out of that game. Um, really enjoy Capcan, who is a guy who puts little mini charges on doors that people step on and then blow up, which is really nice when you die, and then they just blow up anyway because and then you get kills. I'm really worried that I'm about to be engulfed by darkness.
It's not like that here, so I don't know why you're just like going into the void.
I was born in the void. So I also picked up Diablo
3?
4. Yeah, no.
What?
What?
There's no Diablo 4.
No, for PS4.
Oh, okay. No, I meant Diablo 3.
Yep.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I said Diablo 3 for PS4.
Okay, right. That makes more sense.
No, I got an early copy of Diablo 4.
Yep.
It's
Very
actually
early.
just 2 copies of Diablo 2 stuck together. Yeah, that game's fun. I'm on Act 5. I've almost finished. I beat Diablo. I need to go and fight the Reaper, I think it is.
Okay. So
Um,
you got the Reaper of Souls edition then, I guess.
PS4, there's no other
Oh yes, yeah, of course.
version.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that game's fun. It's really like it's a loot grind game. Obviously it's the loot grind game. Um, I am like I basically ignored the story. I've not played 1 and 2, and I don't actually care. I know that
It's the devil.
he
It's like
dies.
the devil's gonna kill everything. Then you go and you collect loot, and that's how you kill him by throwing your loot at him.
Yeah, you just gather all the loot, and then you get a big catapult. But yeah, that's I actually think I might prefer Torchlight.
Okay.
I found Diablo really linear. Um, there's like it's go out, go to the dungeon, kill the boss, go back, go out, go to the dungeon, kill the boss, go back. Where Torchlight mixed it up a wee bit. You would have like side quests from people that would ask you to do specific things. You would have. It also had quite a lot of like secret rooms,
Okay.
which I feel just would be so good in Diablo. Like walls you could break and find stuff like that, especially in dungeon crawlers. I really, really connects with me. And I just felt that there was something a bit missing from Diablo. That was just a touch bare bones. I don't know if anything opens up after you complete the game. I know they've got their season mode where you start a person, then you season, and once it's done, you transfer all the equipment. But in terms of the actual game, I just felt that it was like pretty straightforward. That there wasn't, especially for the third one, that I feel that they would want to not mix things up necessarily, but at least like adapt it, like add things to it that you couldn't have done as well in 15 years ago or whenever the second one came out.
Yeah.
That it's basically just this like very good looking game, but it's a very good looking Diablo 2. And I just felt like I like, not to say that it's not a fun game and I'm not enjoying it. It's just I felt that like there was just something a wee bit like a caveat that should have been there.
It's one of those games I've had on my list for a while. I'm just like kind of waiting for the price sweet point, and then I'll
Yeah.
probably pick up. But yeah, it always seems to be around the 20 quid mark for Xbox One.
Yeah. It's 20 quid for PS4 as well. That was just one that I eventually caved and was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get it. Um, I also picked up I've not played a lot of it, but a game called The Sexy Brutale.
Okay, the Sexy Brutale.
Nope, Sexy
Nope.
Brutale.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure they say The Sexy Brutale in the game.
Okay, right, okay.
Which is really weird and cool. Um, so trying to explain this, it's you play a guy that wakes up in a casino called the Sexy Brutale,
Okay.
and everyone in the casino is captured by like these masks that cause them to do horrible things, and um, your job is to go around and stop murders happening in the casino. So I've only done the first one all the way through, and it's kind of the tutorial one. The hook of it is that you have a watch, and you have a day. So when that watch starts, everything in the world goes, and it's like clockwork. It's like a play. Everyone will always move exactly where they were gonna. Everyone will always do exactly what they were gonna. You're filling in the blanks of like, right, okay, so this person goes here and then this person goes here, then they go and pick up the gun from here, but they need to go over here to get the bullets.
So it's Dead
But you
Rising.
can't be in the same almost, but you can't be in the same room as anyone.
Okay.
So you have to like basically work your way around them all. You can look through doors to see people where people are. You get hints like if someone's about to come through a door into a room you're in, the door will start like burning, just indicating that you need to get out. And I even checked like what happens if you stay in the room with someone. Basically, they turn like time stops. They turn to like some crazy monster and start attacking you. And the amount of time it takes for you to die is a long time. So
Okay.
it doesn't seem like death is meant to be a big penalty. It's more trying to like work your way around this puzzle and like um and it's just really really interesting because clockwork world, it is this world where um everything's going to happen the same way, and that you have to adapt yourself into that. And it's like really really stylish. Like whenever you look through a keyhole and see someone like talking to themselves, the musical change as if it's like a scene in a movie.
Okay.
And then when you stop looking at it, it just goes back to the generic world, like game music.
Huh. Okay.
Um, so essentially, you could like watch from start to finish this play, like just play out. And there's something just really, really interesting about that. Um, so I really want to sink more time into that, but with the number of games I've got to play, I don't know how realistic that is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Um,
not surprised because anytime I talk to you, you always buy like 11 games. So
yeah, we're not done though, so
yeah, I'm
it's
guessing not.
yeah. Um, so the latest one I picked up was Neo.
Oh, okay, right.
Yep. So I've
Are
been
you
waiting
annoyed
for
that they
that one
just
to go
announced the
down in
complete edition?
price. What's that?
Are you annoyed they just announced the complete edition?
Yeah, it's out.
Oh, is it?
Hmm.
All right, okay. Because I know it was coming to.
Uh, but well, there's like a Game of the Year edition.
All
There's
right,
a
okay.
like,
Yep, that'll be the one. That'll be the one then.
I mean, I didn't buy it.
Right.
So weirdly enough, so I've been waiting for that game to go on sale, not because I didn't think it was worth the money. It was just,
You weren't sure about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it finally went on. So I think it's still on sale at the moment. On PSN for 20 quid, which is a really good price for that game. And so it's 34.99 if you want that Game of the Year edition. But if you get the season pass separately, it's only 11.99. So it's actually cheaper to buy Neo and the season pass than it is to buy the Game of the Year edition.
Huh.
So they kind of mucked up their sale prices there. Okay,
It's
I'm really going to need to turn on a light.
yeah, you are. But yeah, Tecmo Koei always seem to mess up their sale prices, which I feel like that has done absolutely nothing. It's going to work wonders for the people actually listening back to this after the fact. Here he is.
Hey, you can see me now.
I'm saying that like me describing the light situation in a room is going to work real well for like the people listening back to this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's
But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, Tecmo Koei don't really have the best reputation for pricing structures for sales or anything, which is why their Dead or Alive costume stuff is just absurd.
yeah. And I mean that Neo held its price at full price for a long time.
Yep.
Like even on Like I've had it on my Amazon wish list for months, and it has been exactly £42. Like most Amazon will fluctuate even by pennies something, but that was always £42.
I feel like most of the Japanese exclusives from on PlayStation this year have kind of held their price. I know Yakuza dipped a little, but that's purely just because I think there's like 2 games this year and then another 2
Yeah,
next year. But yeah, Persona is still full price. Neo is still relatively high. Nier,
yeah,
Automata is
Near's kept
still full
price
price.
well.
Yeah, like,
Um, but yeah, I mean, PlayStation are doing a pretty good job at their exclusive stuff. What pretty decent games. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Nier. I just completed the first like level world thing.
Nier or Neo?
Um, Neo.
Neo.
Did
You
I
said
say
Nier.
Nier?
You said Nier.
Oh, Neo. Yeah. I mean, so the whole thing about that game was it's Dark Souls in Japan, which to a certain extent is true. But now that more and more these Souls-esque games are coming out, I'm getting more and more hesitant to call things like Dark Souls.
Yep. Dark
Um,
Souls Light.
because it's a lazy comparison. Um, and I really feel what Neo does mixes up that formula enough. Um, and that the main and it's kind of weird because it kind of feels like a mixture between Dark Souls and Bloodborne. Um,
So not Dark Souls and
especially
Ninja
with
Gaiden.
like the
Then
maybe Bloodborne and Ninja Gaiden
okay.
would be actually a better. Yeah, that's probably a better comparison. Um, the main thing about this game is probably your stances. And I found a really lot of fun in the variety of that. So I think there's 5 different weapon types. There's like katana swords. There are dual swords, axes.
Weird
I
side
think it's
chain thing.
Kurigawa.
Is that what that
Yeah,
is? Yeah.
Kurigawa.
Okay.
Yeah, and God, what's the last one? Spears. But all of them you can switch between a high stance, a medium stance, and a low stance very quickly. Um, and they all do so. Your low stance is like your really fast attacks and dodges, but leaves you a lot more open. Middle stance is kind of your in between, and then your high stance is like big power swings.
Okay.
And I found myself really, so I decided to go for like dual swords and the weird scythe chain things. And really focus on like low armor, high speed. And man, you can get fucked up in that game really quickly if you're not careful. Um, but yeah, it's just switching between the stances, and there's a lot more of a. So I mean, you get your souls equivalent. Um, thankfully, you get a gold as well, so it's not like if you want to buy items, you have to spend souls.
Okay.
But you get your souls equivalent, and you level up the same way you would in a souls game. But then when you level up, you also get like skill points, and that allows you to unlock more abilities for all your weapons. So, for example, for my katana, I've got like parry, I've got like combo enders, I've got
Mhm.
pop ups, like things like that, just all these different moves, and you can even customize them all. So it's like, right, I want my mid stance triangle to be this, but I want my low stance triangle to be this. Because there's some that are like mid or low stance only, low stance only. So it allows a lot of customization the more you unlock to like adapt to the way you want to play. And it's really fun so far.
Do you
It
see a lot of
allows quite a lot of.
Do you see a lot of Ninja Gaiden Dead or Alive influence in there with like stances and moves and move sets and stuff like that, or is it more of a Dark Souls influence style?
I definitely feel more of a Dark Souls
Okay.
influence. I mean, just a lot of that game does pop out as one of those games, you know, a Lords of the Fallen esque.
It's a
Uh,
really poor comparison.
I kind of want to play The Search, the game that they made after that. I heard that was a lot better than Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, Lords of the Fallen was.
Because Lords of the Fallen was totally fine. It just wasn't good enough to take you away from any of the better type like of those games. Play Let It Die than I would Lords of the Fallen.
I don't know. I played a few hours of Lords of the Fallen, and then went and played Dark Souls 1, and like first half hour of Dark Souls 1 was more rewarding than any part of.
Yeah, it was just like, see if this Lords of the Fallen had come out in like 5 years when there's way more of these, you would have been like, it's just a mediocre one of these. Because there hadn't been a lot out at that time, it was like, this is just bad Dark Souls.
Yep.
But it wasn't necessarily a bad game. There wasn't anything that I looked at it and went, oh, this is just horrible and broken and blah, blah, blah. Like, they had good ideas. I just felt it was...
How far did you get? Because I got through the portal thing, and then there was one room where it was just all fucked, and I was just like, yeah, I don't need to play this anymore.
Maybe I didn't make it that far.
Okay, right.
That's why I still have kind of... but yeah, Neo's really fun. You get your... you've got super ability as well. And you unlock these guardian spirits, which do different things for you. I started with the chicken.
Okay.
It's a big bird, but when it's not being a big bird flying around, it really looks like a giant chicken.
It's Big Bird. He shows up.
Big Bird.
Okay, right.
That would be even better.
Jim Henson presents Neo.
I've just unlocked the backstab, which is so good because I like, and I like in Souls games, especially like you've got that like the proper backstab, but you have to do it in this one when no one can see you or when the enemy's unaware of you.
Okay.
They've got ranged weapons which kind of swap things up. I am really enjoying it. I'm looking forward to sinking my teeth into it a bit more.
Yeah, man, it's on my list. It's on my list of stuff for when I eventually actually play the PS4.
Yeah. How's PS4 ownership going for you?
It seems to be going fine for Therese. Yeah, she's bundled through some games, playing some other ones.
Sorry, do I get her on the podcast?
I know, right? She's been playing a lot of PS. So she finished Uncharted 4. She finished Uncharted Lost Legacy. The latter seems better than the former.
Hey, 2's still a good game.
Yeah. No. But like, Lost Legacy seems real good.
Yeah.
What else? And she's been playing like Yakuza 0.
Wait,
that game looks.
You say the Lost Legacy is better than 4?
Yes. I just feel like the encounter is a lot more tighter, and from the looks of that one, like, it's a different perspective for different characters, so it's not like the same bundled out stuff again. There's an open world section almost in it as well, which is different from any other ones. Yeah, like one chapter, like almost like open world esque. Yeah, no, and it looks fucking fantastic as well. So
yeah, I definitely say that Uncharted 4 has probably got the best atmosphere and story, but the gameplay is not great.
No, yeah, the shooting's still Uncharted shooting.
The shooting's garbage. The shooting is. I stealthed my way through that game. If you ever play through it yourself, just pop it down to that easy mode where you can just be a badass and pop people in the head. I honestly think you'd have so much more fun that way than you would any other, like, trying to actually play that game.
Yeah. But in terms of the games that I've seen her play, even with Horizon and on that list, like the one that I'm desperate to play is Yakuza 0, because that game just seems fucking insane. And
so I'm with you. I just don't know whether to get Yakuza Kiwami first.
No, so 0 takes place before Kiwami. So
I know that 0's a prequel, but I wasn't sure if it was one of those ones where it's like the other ones and then 0 fills in all the gaps. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to get 0 if you haven't played the others, something like. Or
so I think from what I've read up, like one makes more like Kiwami makes more sense if you played Zero, because
But
there
you
are
wouldn't
characters
have a
and
bad
stuff.
time.
No, like not at all. I know the map is the same because it's the same in all the Yakuza games because it is pretty much based. So there are in Zero there are two areas. One is based on Kabukicho, which is has a very similar name that I can't remember off the back of my head, but also has another map in Osaka called Sotonbori, based on Dotonbori. So they took some real creative liberties in that. But yeah, like I've seen the comparisons from Zero to Kiwami, and it's really interesting to see like in the 80s to like late 90s. I think it's early, in fact, I think it's early 2000s. But yeah, that game seems fucking crazy. Like
Yeah.
one quest, like in succession of quests, Trez was helping hunt down a guy who stole a kid's video game, and then the very next quest, she was helping a dominatrix become more assertive. It's
You really don't want to mix those up.
it's so like it just seemed in terms of presentation and music and the way the game sets itself, it looks real fucking cool. It has a real nice style to it, and like the cutscene and some of the cutscenes that aren't like full FMV or whatever, it's like some parts will be moving in the background, but the characters remain static.
Yep.
It's got a real cool vibe that way. But like it has this really over the top sense as well. So like when you get into a fight, it will come up in giant letters on your screen like who you're fighting. So like hooligans or like street thugs or whatever.
That's
And
great. That's great.
you can mix up the game's fighting stances as well. So I think where Teresa's just now, she has the 3
So
for
what you want to do is you want to go in the high stance when you're
yeah. So
yeah.
there are two playable characters and they both have different stances, but like Kiryu, the main character, has 4, and 3 of the ones that she has so far are like Beast, which is like almost your tank mode where you can take damage before falling, but you're really slow. But anything you hit will go down, and you auto pick up any like items around the environment and just basically beat people to death with them. There's Brawler as well, which is a bit more up close. You can counter a lot more. You have more options when it comes to finishers, and there is I can't remember, but it's like really speedy, and you can. It's more about dodging and getting in quick succession hits, and like you can unlock moves in the tech tree. You beat people, money flies out of them. Like the finishers are brutal in some cases. Like you will like just grab a guy's head and just like force it into the wall. It's it looks real
Fun.
fucking insane. Yeah. Like that's
Yeah.
the thing. It looks real fun.
So I've seen a little bit of it, and then I stopped because I really want to play it. But it seems to hit that line between super serious and absolute balls to the wall
Yep.
ridiculousness, and it seems to hit that line
So
perfectly.
I
Like,
think one of the first fights that you get into in the game is 2 drunkards on the street, and Kiryu and one of his friends from the Yakuza, the Dojima clan, is like, oh, maybe we should just go around these guys, and goes, no. Kiryu goes, no, I'm going to sober them up with my fists. And then you beat the shit out of them. And then they're sober after the fight. So it's one of those games.
good.
And like the mini games are real bizarre as well. Therese went into like a call dating thing, and there are like so like it's like sexy, but like you have you get called up. You have to answer the phone within a specific time, and it does this real weird like slow motion cutscene of him picking up the phone, super dramatic, and then they're like, "Hello." But the way the game works is that there are a bunch of questions on the screen, and they all overlap. So you have to go for the right one. And then the way it works is almost like an old dial-up telephone where you have to pull the control stick round, and then you have to hold it. But the question's moving about so much that sometimes it gets obscured by other ones, so you can answer the wrong one. So Therese asked the woman if she was like 70 years old.
Yeah.
That game seems awesome. Like I really want to fucking play that game.
Seeing the more I see of that series makes me wonder why the fuck did anyone ever like Shenmue?
Well, that's the thing. It came after Shenmue. It was the team that did it. And you have to
But why?
remember, not everyone liked Shenmue.
No, I know not everyone liked Shenmue, but like, why did people once Yakuza came out just got not go? Oh, this is a better game. Let's never talk about Shenmue again.
I think it's a time and place thing. Like, it was like the first of its kind. Has some real
Shenmue's a garbage game.
atmosphere.
Shenmue's a garbage game.
Yes, there's a scene in the second game where it's like you have to go to a barber shop, and there is like a quick time event. Is like, don't do it, like don't do anything, and he pulls a razor to your throat, and it like flashes on the screen with a prompt. And I tried for like a year to get that, and it turns out that you just don't do that. So, Yep, I don't know. It doesn't have the bullshit of Shenmue, but
And it seems like fun. It seems like both in gameplay and presentation, it seems fun, unlike Shenmue.
Yep.
Nothing about Shenmue seems fun.
It has forklifts. I don't know. Shenmue is one of those weird things. I think it'll be interesting to gauge people's response to the third one if it eventually comes out. So
F.
I don't know. In the meantime,
very, very key word.
In the meantime, I really want to play 0 and then Kiwami, and 6 looks fucking awesome.
And they're doing 2 as well.
Yeah, so 6 has been out in Japan for a little while, and Kiwami 2 launches relatively soon. I want to say December.
Kiwami's out in Japan. Kiwami's out here.
Yes, Kiwami's out here. Yeah.
Yeah, Kiwami's out. Yeah.
But Yakuza 0 came out like fucking forever ago in Japan.
Oh yeah, but that game looks so nice. That game has style and substance. Like seriously,
it has like some real fucking geographic accuracy in there as well. Like, and I don't mean like like Watch Dogs fake San Francisco. I mean like literal streets accuracy of because. When Therese was going about Sotonbori, like you're like, nope, you go down this street to go down to the Don Quixote, and then it's there. So it's literally they have licensed stuff in there as well, which is really cool.
Like LA Noire style accuracy.
I don't know what the accuracy of that was.
I heard it was really accurate was it San Francisco? I heard that. No, I heard it was like they did their work on recreating 19 whatever.
I don't know if it's San Francisco. 40? But no, like it's like Yakuza is like hyper accurate, and it's like in its streets and stuff.
Yeah. I heard Sleeping Dogs was quite good for that as well. But
for Hong Kong, is that where that was?
Yeah.
But no, it's
I've never been.
If you're on the fence about buying Yakuza, like trust me, like it looks real fucking fun.
I'm absolutely not on the fence about Yakuza. Yeah. I just have so many games to play that it's irresponsible of me to pick up more. It was irresponsible of me to pick up more before, but I did it.
Yeah, and Trez seems to be enjoying it because I've watched her play a lot of games recently, and it's like there's always like a frustration factor in every game that she plays, so whether it's Horizons combat or Uncharted shooting. Like she hasn't had any of that in Yakuza. Yeah. So that's always a good sign. I really want to fucking play it when she's done. Desperate to play it. Have you been playing anything else other than the stuff you mentioned?
We were talking about you.
Oh, were we? Are we on to me? So I thought
we were talking about everything Therese had played.
All right, okay. So in terms of what I've been playing, I am on the last world of Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. The difficulty in that game really ramps up once you hit the third world. Yeah. They start introducing enemies that are immune to certain things. There are ghost rabbit things that don't move in the traditional sense. So, like, if you put a character into Overwatch, it won't have any effect because obviously they just teleport from place to place. There's a lot more strategy involved in terms of what order you should go in, what order the moves should follow.
So the latter half of that game, they just actually made it an XCOM game.
Oh yeah, totally. And like the game has like challenges as well, which are almost like little mini combat puzzles. And I don't mean like in the sense of like, oh, Halo uses a combat puzzle thing of like, blah, blah. I mean, like literal puzzles of like, if I move this character here and then it gets hit by another character, he will fly to the area that you need to go to.
Yeah.
Those are real cool. I've started working my way through those to try and, because you get XP and money for doing those and build up your tech tree. That game is for its presentation of being a Rabbids game is surprisingly deep and surprisingly satisfying to play in terms of tactics and what weapon loadouts you should have, what character loadouts you should have, like the strategy of do I put both my characters into Overwatch and then hit one so it runs towards me and then both characters will shoot it and then flip it up in the air. Like there are combinations that you don't really think about until after you start doing the challenges and stuff. It's a really rewarding game that I still need to put more time into. I'm just having a real problem with the Switch right now. In that, yeah, it's not in terms of like, I'm having trouble with the output or whatever. Like, the Switch is probably one of the best first-year consoles that I've had. It's a case of the right Joy-Con is really fucking up my thumb.
Okay.
Right to the point where I've actually got a doctor's appointment on Monday.
What?
Yeah, so
what have you done?
So ever since I started playing Splatoon, like, and I mean like fucking playing Splatoon, I've noticed that I've had an issue with my right thumb where it gets real fucking sore, and like until I crack it, and it's like the worst fucking horrible cracking sound imaginable, and it's like on like all the joints connected to the thumb. It doesn't affect me. I've never had any issues in terms of playing games for the entire time that I've played games.
Maybe,
It just seems
maybe this is it. Maybe this is like maybe it's all caught up with you. Maybe it's nothing to do with the Switch, and you're just getting old, Mark.
so. So I've been taking a break this week, and my thumb has gradually got better. So I don't know if it's the way I'm holding it or what. I'm gonna have to look into that. But yeah,
I get that sometimes. Not as bad, but like see the fold of your thumb.
right.
I'll often use that, like rest that against like like the X button or something.
Yep.
So that whenever I'm pushing down, it's just pushing into that little. And I was playing Super Meat Boy last night, so my thumb's a bit sore.
Yeah, so like in terms, like I know this isn't gonna play well for like people who don't watch the stream, but like yeah, it's like sore from here, 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 and like once the pain starts, it shoots all the way down here. So I don't know if it's like carpal tunnel or something.
Like every part of your thumb down to your wrist.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just for those not watching, it's basically all of the. See if you just like sliced off the thumb, including the part of the palm. That's the bit he's talking about.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that's been interesting over the last.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But yeah, hopefully I'll find out what I need to do on Monday. So my Switch time's been kind of limited recently, which is real worrying because Super Mario Odyssey is out in like 3 weeks. So I might just need to settle with the Pro Controller and play it on the TV for a bit. But I've been playing some Steam games on the old. Yeah, I know, right? On the new laptop.
No.
So
like FTL, like ones that you can barely just get on.
Yeah, no.
Going,
So I played. I've only played bits and pieces, but like in terms of what we've been playing, I played. Oh god, what's the name of the game? The weird laser game thing with the puzzles that you got me. What was the name of it?
Talos Principle.
Yes, I played a bit of the Talos Principle.
How's that?
Yeah, it's a puzzle game.
Yeah,
you solve puzzles and you get Tetramino pieces, and then you solve another puzzle to open a door. I got through the first world of that, and I was like, "Oh, this seems cool. I'll come back to this." And then I played some Rogue Legacy.
Yep, that game's amazing.
And then I kept dying, and I was like, "I'll come back to this later."
That game's so good.
Then I played some Mark of the Ninja.
Then you kept dying, and then you were like, fuck this.
Then I finished the first world, and I was like, "This seems cool. I'll come back to this later." And then I played some Skyrim.
I did not know Mark of the Ninja was on Steam. I might pick that up because that's one of the best stealth games ever.
I think I got it cheap last time. Yeah, and then I played some Skyrim Special Edition. I
So
I don't know if it's the fact that I'm playing on a
so you
1080.
played some Skyrim. Yeah, it doesn't count as the special. I know it's called the special edition on PC. It's not the special edition if it's on PC. There's nothing special about it.
Well, apparently they've got like better assets and like more effects and stuff like that. But in all honesty, like can't see the difference from the other version. The other version I was playing on Ultra, and this one I'm doing the same.
So is it? It's two separate copies of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's totally two separate copies of the game.
I've been tempted to just pick up. I don't actually know if you can buy the old one anymore, or it's just the special edition on PC, or at least on Steam.
You gotta imagine because like they're two very different system requirements.
So that's what I was thinking. But I kind of just want to get the old one because
Yeah.
I heard that special edition wasn't great.
It performs like solid on the like because I'm using a GTX 1050. Like not like I'm got ultra all the effects on. Like obviously it's a 1080p laptop screen, so it doesn't do like HDR and stuff. But like
Yeah.
no issues whatsoever on that. Like none.
Good.
But yeah, like only played maybe like 50 minutes of that. Got through the dragon escape
Did you-
sequence thing.
Did you make the skin clean?
No,
Did you clean up their skin?
no, I didn't install them on. Although the
skin.
they have released was it the Creators Club stuff for Skyrim, and one of the things that's going to be is available free just now, but it's going to be paid if you don't get it. Is a survival mode,
Okay.
which is
That's
weird because they
weird.
brought it out for free for Fallout 4, but this one they're charging for it.
Sure.
That might change up the game a bit. I don't know.
Do you know there's a Bethesda in Wales? Not the company,
But like a place.
which I'm assuming where Bethesda, wherever the hell Bethesda is named after in America.
Yep.
I just
Yep, pretty much.
Wales.
What else did I do? Played the tutorial for Kerbal.
You've played more games than me.
Yeah, but it's just been like little bits.
Also,
And pieces.
Kerbal really good. While you're thinking, talking about the rise of the PlayStation Plus subscription.
Yep.
The price up, and remember I was saying how I'm okay with it as long as they start doing their. So this month's PS Plus games are Metal Gear Solid 5 and Amnesia Collection. So really, if they continue like that, I actually don't have a problem with that price hike. Like if they're starting to give me stuff that are not necessarily higher quality, but you know what I mean, like a bit more production value in it. So those two games after month, which I already had, but you know, it is a full game. But
Yeah.
that seems that just definitely seems a wee bit more.
Yeah, I'm holding off till like Black Friday stuff, and if there's like any PlayStation Plus discounts, I'll probably just pick them up then. But
Yeah.
in terms of what I've been playing that's actually new, I've started playing Hob.
That is the new game from I can't remember what one is
We
it.
were talking about the Torchlight games earlier, Runic games.
Oh yeah, it's the new Torchlight game. It's the new game from the Torchlight people.
Yes.
Because it's not a Torchlight game from what I've
No,
seen.
it's not. It's almost like a Zelda game, in essence. And there's open world exploration with some puzzle solving, and there's some
Right.
combat in there as well. That game seems real neat. It has a real
Yeah. It
identifiable
looks real
art
pretty.
style. Yeah. It's like this weird kind of robotic clockwork world where like platforms raise up and down, and they're like big clockwork puzzles and stuff. It looks real nice. The only issues that I've had with it so far is the performance isn't that great.
No.
No, so I'm playing it on PC. But the system requirements for that game are pretty like meager. And as I say, I'm running on a 1050 and got everything set to ultra. But
Yeah, I mean, for what your PC is and what that game is, I'm not
Yeah,
saying it's not like it's not a crazy like lo-fi game, but it's also not big budget like going to tear your PC apart.
So from what I've heard, the PlayStation Pro version of that game is like pretty much unplayable. it drops down to like literal single-digit frames.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I know they are. I think since I got it on Friday, like they pushed out like 2 or 3 patches since then.
Mm-hmm.
And I know adding it to the GeForce experience seemed to help it a little bit, but yeah, there are just spots where you will notice like some frame rate dips. And I update my drivers for the graphics card, and like when I went back to it, it was pretty much like watching a slideshow until I add it to the GeForce experience. But yeah, like it seems real cool. Like some of the puzzles are neat. There's the definite sense of exploration and rewarding. The rewards for like going off the beaten path, because you'll find like money that you can use to buy moves and materials to upgrade your sword. It seems real cool. I've played like maybe like a couple hours of it so far. There's an achievement for speedrunning it in 5 hours, so I'm assuming it can't be that long. But no, it seems real cool. I had one issue where it wasn't a game-breaking bug. I think it was just me being stupid. In that there's a giant walking platform that you eventually get, and then walk over like a giant set of electrified rails, and you're supposed to turn off the electrification. I didn't see that switch and proceeded onward, and then died. And my last spawn point was beyond the electrified rails, so I literally couldn't progress.
That seems...
Yeah, so I had to restart the game because of that. But
that's annoying.
Wasn't that far in, like maybe like an hour in,
That's
so it didn't take me too long. But no, it's got a real nice art style. It plays pretty well, bar the frame rate issues and performance stuff. Like, and I'm assuming they'll sort that stuff out because they seem to be asking actively for feedback, whether on Twitter or whether on Steam, and they're updating it pretty regularly as well. So it's been good. And I've just been going through Steam as well and just adding a shitload of stuff to my wish list. So like the next Steam sale might be pretty bad.
Yep, I'm the same. Once, I mean, it's a nice feeling, especially after not being able to have something substantial like that. You know, I mean, my Steam library for many years was indie games. It was just like, you know, FTL and Rogue Legacy and you know, all those basically low intensity games graphically, and it's nice to be able to download Doom and be like, okay, just go for it. Like it is a nice feeling. So yeah, just go for it. Like shove all those games in your wish list and then buy the 2K bundle and so yeah, I'm with you on that. It's a big change when you get into it. One thing I just wanted to go back to is talking about like frame rates and stuff. And one of the things I like about Neo is that at the start it's like, hey, do you want a consistent resolution? Do you want a consistent 30, or do you want a consistent frame rate?
Frame rate.
And so I didn't want it at 30. You can just take it at 30 and it'll stick at 30 and look nice. But I was like, no, just give me a consistent frame rate. Doesn't have to be 30, but just go for it. And that's a nice option to have that optimization there, because you know, something like Dark Souls 1, when you go to Blighttown, and be really nice if if Blighttown looked like garbage but ran fine, I'd be totally happy.
Yeah. The PC version that's able to cope better
with Blighttown.
Yeah,
it will be. Like I can't imagine it's I can imagine that if you threw some, you know, beef at that, it would settle down a wee bit. I'm not saying that it would be perfect, but I think it would be a lot better than it was in the fucking console version. But Mark, I want to talk to you about your mispronunciation of Monster Hunter World.
Okay. How did I keep
calling it Worlds?
It's World. Is it World? Okay.
One World. World. I really want that game.
And it's a worldwide release on December
26th. No, January 26th.
Yeah, January 26th, sorry. Yeah.
Not Boxing Day.
Yes, no, that would be suicide, I think.
But yeah. Like I want that game so much. I keep looking at like Monster Hunter Generations and Monster Hunter for the PSP.
Ooh.
Uh, I've heard that game's fine. Like they've got like the Monster Hunter Unite, Monster Hunter Freedom, like things like that. And I'm just holding off because I know that the World will be the one that I want. Um, I've seen some playthroughs of like early parts of that game, and it looks fucking cool. And I'm recruiting right now. So when you mentioned that you might want to play it,
All
it's
right.
made
Yeah.
me
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah. No. Totally.
Uh, I am I am 100% in on that game. I've actually got a copy of
Okay.
Monster Hunter Ask Monster Hunter for PS2 that I found because it was a really hard game to find for a while. Like if you went on eBay, you'd be talking like maybe 20 odd, 30 odd quid.
Wow.
But
Surprising. Well,
yeah,
saying that
me that's
we're not in Japan. I'm assuming Japan just has buckets full of those things.
and then I was at like the Livy outlet store, and went to I think it was like a CEX. Don't even think it was a CEX. It was one of these like secondhand DVD and games, and there was a copy of Monster Hunter for like £3. And I was like,
Okay.
thank you.
Did you laugh when you brought up the
I've not
counter?
played
A
it.
bit like, ha ha ha! You got shafted.
They also didn't charge me for a bag.
Oh,
Yeah,
get in, get out.
yeah.
Chasing you down the street for 5 pence.
Oh, it's like she put through the transaction. I was like, oh shit, can I get back? And she was like, ah. But in a nice way, not in a way that made me think that she hated her job.
And not a 1950s gangster.
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I am in on Monster Hunter World.
Yep. I've been humming and
Um,
hawing over Destiny 2. And the more I watch
Me
of
too.
people doing the raid, like I was trying to put my fingers on it. I was like, this reminds me of something, but I can't quite figure out what it was. And I realized this morning
Mad Moxie.
it was, yeah, no, yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly what it
no, I
was.
know. It was fucking Mad Moxie. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy 2 copies of Destiny, and then I'm going to have one of the Destiny characters sit in the corner while I do all the shooting.
Oh, and I was like, it just came
Yeah,
to that
Mad Moxie.
realization this morning of just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that was a fucking thing. It's like
Hey, Mark,
3 hours.
they made a better Mad Moxie.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm kind of humming and hawing on it as well. They seem to have made it a better game. They really do. But I might jump in when it's a year down the line and they do their like, here's our
yeah,
big
no, that's
expansion here.
yeah. That's exactly
But
what I
at the
said last week.
moment, like
Yep.
at the moment, like see something like Siege and Overwatch, like that hits like my multiplayer, my like But yeah, just I'm all right.
I think it was that realization this morning. It made me go, yeah, maybe I'll just wait.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I think people who were really into Destiny 1 or were kind of more on the fence of Destiny 1, like Destiny 2 is a better game. They have improved it. I don't know, maybe to the point that they should have
Yep.
after 3 years, but hey, they've done a better job, and it's nice to see people enjoying it. I'm just not there yet. I just don't want in on it. I've got enough amazing games to play right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
I've still got.
it's difficult to get excited about anything other than like Mario Galaxy for me just now as well. So I mean, it's like,
So you're just breaking out that Wii and being like, "Hey, Therese, you get these star bits for me." I mean, I thought you'd be excited for Monster. God damn it! Mario Odyssey, not Mario Galaxy.
did I say Mario Galaxy? Fuck. Yeah, Mario
Yeah.
Odyssey. Like yeah, like that's my
Yeah.
most
No, I
wanted
mean,
thing right now.
yeah, that's kind of your next up. I think there was actually a game. What's coming out soon?
Uh,
Because there was a game.
Shadow of Mordor 2, like Mordor comes
Yeah,
out.
Shadow Warrior is coming out, and that
I've heard
looks
that thing's
real fun.
fucked because of loot boxes.
Really?
Yeah, apparently the
Oh,
fourth act is either one hell of a grind or you pay to progress.
that's
Yep,
shitty.
it seems to be a recurring theme right now, considering Forza just did that, and what was the other game? I know Assassin's Creed's got loot boxes in it as well. Fucking. There's another one. What was it? I can't remember. There's another game that's like loot box to hell.
So you're going to pick up a Golf Story?
Considering it.
I've heard that game's pretty good.
Yeah, so have I. And it's Switch only just now, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. It's Switch exclusive at the moment.
Yep.
Evil Within 2 comes out. Gran Turismo Sport comes out. Fire Emblem Warriors comes out. This is in the next like month or so.
SteamWorld
Wolfenstein 2
came out.
Yep. Wolfenstein 2, which I'm really looking forward to.
Assassin's Creed and Mario on the same day as Wolfenstein.
Hey, oh no, you're right. Neo Complete Edition comes out on November 7th. But
okay, right. Yeah.
It seems that they've got like some sort of Game of the Year edition out anyway.
Is it for pre-order?
So
or no, wait. Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's full on. I can buy it. Like, so I don't know if they're doing like adding stuff to it,
or it's just the PC version.
But it might just be it might just be the PC version.
Yep.
Oh no, it is. It's actually just the PC version. You're right.
Okay.
So everything's out for the PS4. It's the PC version.
Right.
Game goes down in price, and I'll just buy it on PC as well. You know.
I bet that game plays real well on PC. So
I bet that game plays real well on PC as well.
Well, as long as they improve their ports.
There's a new Dot Hack game coming out.
Yeah, and it's made by who is it made by? Somebody prominent. Yeah, is it CyberConnect too? Okay, right, yep.
CyberConnect that made the Dot Hack games.
Okay. Yeah, but they don't own the rights to that sort of thing. So
they don't want?
It's a licensed game.
Oh yeah, I know it's a game, but since the first one, they've made the Dot Hack games.
All right, okay. Yeah. That Dragon Ball Z game.
I played. Not that soon.
All right.
Might come out just before Christmas, but no, not that soon. Kirby Battle Deluxe. You know, Kirby. Yep. So yeah, did like Monster Hunter. I think my next few will be Monster Hunter Wolfenstein.
Yeah, because it's 0.
Keep looking at Final Fantasy 12.
Ah.
I'm really annoyed because they just brought out a remaster of Final Fantasy 9.
Yep.
Which is the best Final Fantasy game. I don't care what anyone says. Top to bottom. And it's annoying because I just played through that game recently. Whereas I'd really love to like have a nice shiny version of all those cutscenes because that game still looks very nice.
It's fine. Just get it down the line when it's cheaper and you're less fresh at it. Still could be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, shall we move on to some news? Or have you got anything else you were playing?
Nope, that's literally about it.
That's you. So I did. There's new Hitman. There's new Hitman, Mark. I'm really excited. There's new Hitman.
So yeah, they said this isn't season 2, but it's going to be additional content.
Which is even weirder.
One.
Considering they just bought themselves out.
Yeah, which is good because like that was a real dire looking situation there.
So. Oh yeah, no, that looked like that was the end of IO and Hitman. So I'm really excited for this. October 24th, so that's 3 weeks.
Yep, 3 weeks.
Yeah,
past Tuesday there. That would be.
Yeah. So what's it called? The Master Scarecrow Challenge Pack, which is weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, more Hitman.
I still have to play Hitman. I own it, but I haven't played it.
Hitman's real fucking good, by the way. Telltale's Batman uses a photo of a Russian ambassador who was assassinated.
Yeah,
doesn't good.
So I saw this break last night on Twitter, and I thought I immediately because it was linked to like some sort of like bro account. I was like, this thing's fucking fake, whatever. And then Motherboard ran an article about it, and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, they used that. Didn't that photograph win like a prize?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, the Russian diplomat lying on the ground after being shot. That is in the new Telltale game. I'm assuming they didn't know what that was when they put it in.
That some like junior like background artist is going to get fired over this.
Yeah. Yep.
That's where I think the buck stops with. It's real unfortunate. It's real tasteless. But I think it's some, guy who wasn't doing his job properly.
So my question
So
would be: is the game going to get pulled down from the store while they fix it?
I don't. I mean, they've not said anything about that. So I don't think so. You can't imagine it would take too much to fix.
Yeah. I mean, there's no statement on Telltale's Twitter or anything.
Yeah. But yeah, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah. Um, Fortnite is banning thousands of battle royale players. As they have 7 million people playing. I have it downloaded. I haven't played it because it kind of rings a bit sour to me.
Yeah, did you see the stuff that emerged between Bluehole and Epic following the release of this, where they were like,
Yeah, where they're like, this is kind of shady. We might take further steps.
and then Epic were like, yeah, no comment. Funnily enough.
Yeah, and it's made even more complicated by the fact that PUBG is made on Unreal. But yeah, that I've heard that Fortnite is just not as good as Battle Royale.
It's
as sorry,
for me. For me, it
PUBG.
reeked of opportunism because like
Yeah,
they're selling a game at full price, but they'll give you access to this free part of it, even though like the game that they're basing it on, you have to pay to play anyway.
yeah.
Yeah,
It seemed kind of fucked up, to be
yeah.
honest. Because to be like, I mean, PlayerUnknown has done a great job of that, like, of making this game and adapting it and taking on user feedback and improve. I mean, that first couple of months, that guy must have barely slept while his millions rolled in, but he just sat in an office coding. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel that, yeah, it is supreme opportunism. Um,
And it's
and
not like Bluehole can't afford to defend themselves in court here, considering they're just valued at $4.6 billion. So,
really,
yeah.
bloody hell!
That's why they spun off PUBG guys to be the PUBG corporation. So, because they can afford to do that now.
Because they're a corporation.
Yeah.
If that was you, would you just sell it for 4.6 billion and run?
I don't know, man. Bear in mind that game's still early access and isn't out on consoles yet. I would hold on for that money a little bit longer.
What? You don't think $4.6 billion is going to be enough?
Yeah, but you don't know how many people own that company. Remember, it's Bluehole, not just like PlayerUnknown
but
guys.
I'm pretty sure it's not a big team.
I don't know.
And I'm
Bluehole's
also
done
sure
their
that
stuff.
he's kind of the main person.
Possibly, yeah.
I would take my $1 billion and run.
Just literally run out the door.
Yeah. You need to give us the key. Andrew House is stepping down, or has stepped down.
Well, yeah, he stepped down from his current role and he's moved to like a boardroom position now in Sony. Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, I think so. Double check. Yeah, he's going to remain a chairman.
Yep.
But only for the rest of the year. So he is stepping down. He's so this is a Sony Interactive Entertainment CEO.
He's like,
yeah, he's gonna
legacy guy 20, there. He's been there
20 years, 20 years, 20 plus years even.
Because you remember rightly when they
Um,
interviewed Kojima about what's his new game? What's Kojima's new game called?
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding. Like Andrew
Death
House was the
Stranding.
guy who did it and like spoke fluent Japanese when he did it, which I thought was super impressive.
Oh yeah, that was the crazy part because like you've only ever really seen Andrew House come out and be like, "Hello," and oh, it's so nice, and then all of a sudden he just comes out straight into Japanese. Like the man is talented.
Yeah, it's like wow, okay.
But yeah, after 27 years at Sony, he is going to be leaving at the end of the year. He'll be remaining a chairman uh, for the company until the end of the year, just to kind of see things off. But no, I've always liked Andrew House. I think he's always been very personable. It's always weird to say these about people who are just businessmen. Like,
Yep.
um,
He definitely filled the role of like somebody who had charisma once Kazurai went off to be the head of of Sony. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like over the years they've had like their fake guys as well. What was the name of the
Jack Trenton.
Jack Trenton? That was the guy.
Yeah.
And then went
How
off
can
and
you
worked
forget
for a
Jack
thing
Trenton?
and sacked him.
Yeah, I mean, like I really like Sean Layden. I think Sean Layden is he comes out every year, and I think he does a really good job, really personable.
Yep.
It cuts a good line between like really business and enjoying himself. But yeah, best of luck to Andrew House. I'm sure he'll do fine.
Or you know what, he'll just retire based on the fact that he's probably on a pretty good pension now, I would imagine.
No, so he doesn't have $4.6 billion yet. So he's like,
All
no, I
right.
need more money, man. I'm gonna go join Dr. Greg and make beer.
Yeah, that was the thing.
I don't actually know what one makes beer.
One of the Bioware Dodgers. That's what I can say.
Yeah, one of the. I know
Yep.
one of the two.
Yep.
So yeah, it's originally from Wales, Andrew House. That accent.
Yeah, not surprising
Yeah.
considering he's probably been out of Wales since like when he started at Sony.
You tell me it wouldn't be amazing if he said, just came on stage and was like, "Hello, I'm here to represent Sony.
We have the new PlayStation VR headset.
Oh, it's very nice. Goes right well with that cheese and ham toasty." No, he's definitely got that kind of affected English accent more. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here. If he goes anywhere, he might just take like a quiet position somewhere, or to retire.
Or go work for Iron Galaxy.
As you
That's
said.
where everybody else is going. So
yeah, I know, right? That's so weird. That would be great though if Iron Galaxy just scooped up every high level exec that was around.
The IG Corporation.
Yeah, then they're releasing their the new console, the dive kick box.
Yep, it's got 2 buttons.
Yep, that's all it is. Just plays dice kick. No, $499. Yeah, I don't think we've got much more news.
No, I was saying
It's been
on Slack earlier. It's like I can't pull any news in that isn't like weeks old. But yeah.
So we will be getting this back onto a more regular thing, except for next week, because we're not doing one next week.
Are we not?
We're both busy next week.
Saturday morning's fine.
Is it? I thought it was starting early.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
I thought it was Saturday
so we'll
night.
be here next week.
So
I thought they were both full day things. Are you not doing the second part?
no, I've got like extended family stuff on.
Okay. You just said you weren't doing it. I didn't know why.
All right, no. Yeah. So the problem with having an extended family is that there's like things every like couple days.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing about having no extended family. You're always free. So yeah, there will be one next week.
We'll say tentatively.
And we'll try and
say yeah.
Tentatively, yeah. But we will be back on a more regular. It's been a crazy couple of months. But now that we're a wee bit more settled, we'll get these PC games on the go and and start the countdown for Monster Hunter World.
And Mario Odyssey, because that's clearly going to be the best game of the year. So. Best console.
So, Mark, where can people reach us if they want to tell you you're wrong?
So they can email us at headsetabuse@hotmail.co.uk. They can check out our Twitter at headsetabuse. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/headsetabuse. Or you can check me out, Twitter, Mark I. Gibson, and you are at Logan Chase.
I am.
Yep.
I've not changed my Twitter handle in years. You have.
I've not changed my Twitter profile picture in years.
Yeah. Is it the bear? Is it still the bear? The bear on the roller coaster?
It's me in the rowing boats in Japan, from 2011.
Oh. You don't change your Google one either, because it's still you in the kimono.
It's a yukata, I think. But I don't even think it's that. I think it's like some weird ceremonial thing. I had to dance after that.
Why have I not seen a video with that?
Because there is no video.
What? Why? What? What kind of dance? What kind of dance did you do?
It was like everybody stood in a circle, and then you had like the Japanese fans, and then you had to do some motion and walk forward, and then walk back, and then
and then the plane started flying in.
What?
It's like air traffic controller.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, air traffic controller. Well, we're gonna dance on out of here. Thanks for joining me, Mark.
No worries.
What are you playing this week?
I'm playing Mark Gets His Thumb Fixed.
That's a fun game.
I don't know. I'll play more Hob. I really want to pick up Steam World Dig too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I kind of had the urge to pick up Sonic Mania as well. So there's stuff. There's stuff. I'll play it.
If there's anything, Mark, there's stuff to play.
There is indeed.
I'm gonna sink my teeth more into. I bought Stellaris and I've not played it yet.
Oh, okay.
I can't. I really want to play that game. I've just not had time because I'm gonna need like a couple of hours to sit down and play that game.
Probably more.
But I mean, to at least start it off, like. But yeah, I'm gonna try and sink my teeth into more things and not play games that don't have endings like Siege and Overwatch. It would be nice to be able to put a game back on my shelf and be like, "Hey, I actually fucking finished that one."
And Splatoon keeps getting updates as well, so I'm just constantly going back into it and destroying.
It's a pretty good time to be playing video games.
Some might say the best time to be playing video games.
Some might, but we might get sued for that. And on that note, we will see you all tentatively. Bye.